Hey, fifth grade, we're gonna keep multiplying fractions using an area model. So let's just watch a real quick review to make sure that you've got this down. Here's what you'll need: paper or a notebook, a pencil, and a quiet space to work. All right, let's get started. All notes should have a heading, so why don't you go ahead and write down multiplying fractions using an area model. Now this is just a review, but remember, review's important, so just follow along. Okay, let's record this problem down. 5/7 times 3/4. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have to use this area model today. Remember, we are going to be using an area model today. So I'm gonna review a strategy, or procedure rather, that we previously discussed, but we ultimately wanna see that you can use an area model to solve. Okay, so we can also look at this and we can cross multiply or multiply across, right? Now this is a procedure. Yes, it works, but it's not gonna help you on today's activity if you don't know how to use the model, so hang tight with me. We can multiply across and say, okay, 5 times 3 is 15. And 7 times 4 is 28. Hopefully you already knew that. All right, so this is gonna be what I refer to when I check my work. It's always good to have a place to check your work. So we wanna make sure that whatever our model looks like, it matches this. Now, to draw a model. So let's first get our area model drawn. So we're just going to make this 1 by 1 unit. And the reason I'm calling it 1 by 1 is because both of these fractions are less than 1, right? So we're gonna be dividing this one linear unit on one side into so many pieces, depending on our denominators, and then this other linear unit into the other amount of pieces. So let's go ahead and let's decide where we're gonna put these fractions. Since ultimately both of these sides have a value of 1, it really doesn't matter where we put the fractions. So I'm just gonna say we'll put 3/4 here and 5/7 here, okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to divide each side up. So the 3/4 we're gonna divide into fourths, and the 5/7 we're gonna divide this side into 7 pieces. Go ahead and pause and do that. Okay, does yours look something like this? Hopefully so. So this side I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, right? It's broken up into fourths, okay? And this side is broken up into sevenths, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. We're off to a great start. Now we need to identify how many of those sevenths are going to be accounted for our multiplication problem. So we have 5. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a line down to where 7 would be, or 5 of those 7 would be, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Same thing with the fourths. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna draw a line to where 3 would be, right? Okay, so far so good? All right, so now I'm gonna close off my rectangular array, or my area model here, and anything that's on the inside here is going to be considered my shaded area, right? So since I'm using markers, I'm just going to do this, but you can shade yours in. Now this is a 3 by 5 piece, right? 3 by 5, okay, 3 by 5. And what would that mean? Would that's a total of 15 shaded out of how many make this one unit? Okay, and we already know that it's a 4 by 7, which is 28. Okay, so it's 15/28. And that is why the multiplying across works. We want you to be able to visually see it and know how to use this model. I hope that helps.